What is up, guys? Welcome back to the video. Today we're counting down the top 10 best hypersonic towers in Bloons Tower Defense 6. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and of course like the video, and let's get into it. So at number 10, we have the tack shooter. Now this is good basically because of one upgrade, the Inferno Ring. Now normally it has a slow firing fireball that does a lot of damage, but with this hypersonic hack, it does a lot of damage and it attacks extremely quickly. This thing is literally unstoppable. And that is why this tower is at number 10. It just does so much damage to everything. You can see it wiped out those fortified bads literally with no trouble at all. It's really good against strong targets. Now you do have other upgrades for the tack shooter, of course, like the tack zone and like the blade maelstrom, but these aren't as good. They're really not that good when they're hypersonic. They still do good damage, but they're not as good as the Inferno Ring, and that's why the tack shooter is only at number 10. At number 9, we have the bomb tower. Now, the bomb tower is a very, very good hypersonic tower, simply because the Moab Eliminator does crazy damage to Moab class balloons. As you can see, this pop count is going up very, very quickly, but that is not why the bomb tower, the hypersonic bomb, is at number 9. No way, it's a lot better than that, guys. This thing is literally infinite balloon stalling below a bar balloon. If we get the hypersonic balloon crush, just look at this thing. Let's sell that. Let's send tons and tons of hypersonic, sorry, not hypersonic, just regular fortified ZOMGs, and this thing will stall them like nothing else. Look at this. It also does crazy damage as well. And that's not all of the upgrades for this. You also have the bomb blitz with the recursive cluster. Now this thing, it lags considerably, and that is why it's not higher, because you have to factor in lag as well, because if it lags, even if it's a good tower, it does not matter. You can't play with it. But this thing does lag the game a bit, but as you can see, the pop counter goes up very quickly. It does very good damage to mob class balloons. Overall, the bomb tower is just a really solid hypersonic tower to pick, and it definitely excels at just stalling and doing good damage to mob class balloons. At number 8 on this list, we have the Druid. Now, the Druid is just an all-around really good tower. We're going to go for the Avatar of Wrath with the Thorn Swarm, and you're going to see, even without any pop loss to boost its power, it just is an absolute powerhouse. Look at how fast this pop count is going up. It's actually ridiculously powerful. And that is that's not even like the slightest of what this thing can do. What this thing really excels at is stalling, especially like anything below the rank of a bar balloon. Like, look at this. If I sell this, you think we're in trouble, but no, I can just go for the Superstorm and it will blow back literally anything. I'm gonna send in an absolute ton of fortified ZOMGs. It doesn't matter. This thing will blow every single thing back. Now, again, it is a bit laggy because it just shoots out so much stuff. That is why it's not higher up. Again, it just causes a lot of lag. But if you have one of these at the back, it's just really, really good. So at number 7, we have the Mortar. Now, this one is good for basically one upgrade, the biggest one. This just does ridiculous damage to any number of Moab class balloons. Even the bar balloon, as you can see, this thing, its pop count, look at this go up. It's absurdly powerful. It can damage tons of things at once. It literally wipes out anything below a Moab. Okay, maybe apart from DDTs because it has no camera detection. But apart from that, this thing is literally unstoppable. Let's send out 999 fortified ZOMGs on round 100. Is this thing going to be able to beat this? Of course it can. This thing is absurdly powerful. Look at this. Look at this. It's not even getting past the explosion. And this is the power of the Hypersonic Mortar. Now, yes, it does have other upgrades. It does have the balloon incineration. Sadly, this causes too much lag because it leaves like hundreds of pits of fire on the map. We also do have the pop and ore, which fires extremely fast, as you can see, but nothing is nearly as good as the biggest one upgrade. And that's why it's number 7. It's just really powerful and it's great balloon popping power. And in number 6, we have the Hypersonic Village. Now, this thing only has one attacking ability, and that is the 5th tier on the top path, the primary expertise. Now, if we sent, oh, I just accidentally sent 999 out. That was probably a mistake, but still, Look at this pop count go up. It's gonna stop for a moment because I got camera detection right there, but look at this. It just goes up so quickly. It can do massive amounts of damage to any mob class balloon. In fact, any balloon at all. This thing is superb. Now, it doesn't have any other attacking like abilities and stuff, but this thing by itself is enough to get it to this position, even better than the Mortar, because whilst it doesn't do that much damage to 999 bads, if you send like even more powerful stuff out, because the Mortar only does a set amount of damage, and whilst it does attack more things at once, this thing kills things a lot faster. It is super duper strong. It does insane amounts of damage, and you have to have one of these when you go late game with Hypersonic Towers. Like, it just cleans up everything. And at 5th place, we have the Hypersonic Wizard. Now, this thing is very, very powerful. Let's just send a couple of fortified bads against this. Now, it's powerful for 2 reasons. Firstly, the Hypersonic Prince of Darkness can spawn masses of amounts of dead like balloons and BFBs and mobs and everything like that. They're not spawning just yet, but they will spawn soon. And also the Archmage is just a good overall attacking tower, but that is not what's best about this. What's best about the Wizard is the Wizard Lord upgrade. Now, as you can see, this is just spawning a ton of dead balloons and stuff like that, and when there are more ZMGs on the screen, it can spawn hundreds and thousands of the mobs and stuff like that. But the reason why the Wizard is one of the best ones is because it has the Wizard Lord Phoenix. Now, I'm going to send out 100 fortified bads right here. Actually, I'm going to send out 300. And we're going to use the Wiz Lord ability against that. Hypersonic Wizard Lord Phoenix. Now, look at this. This thing is insanely powerful. This is probably the most powerful thing in the entire game. Look at how fast this pop count is going up. The only reason why Wizard isn't even higher than it already is at number 5 is because, of course, this is an ability. You can't rely on it. And if you have more than one of these, then of course it's great. But sadly, you can only have one up at one time, and it's kind of laggy as well. So that is why it's not even higher up. But as you can see, this thing, it does ridiculous, like a ridiculous amount of damage. So in 4th place, we have the Boomerang Tower. Now, this is kind of unlikely because you're thinking, how on earth is just a regular Boomerang? How is that in 4th place? I just sent out 100. Oh my god. Yeah, let's change that to 1, I do think. There we go. Okay, so we're going to get the Glaive God, and we're also going to get the other upgrade path with the Permacharge. Now, these aren't the good upgrades. As you can see, they do good damage because they're hypersonic. But it's not that good. So why, you ask, is the Wizard at the Boomerang at number 4? Well, because when you get the Moab Press and then the Moab Domination, this thing is one of the most powerful upgrades in the game. I'm just going to send out an absolute ton of fortified Babaloons. Just look at this. Look at the pop count on this guy. It's got 1 million pops already. This thing is so powerful. It causes masses of explosions. It can literally deal with, let's send out 999 fortified bads. My computer is probably gonna regret this, and I am gonna get a village just for camera detection against this. There we go. Very nice. And this thing will be able to do insane amounts of damage to all of this. You can see the pop count is going up faster than literally every tower we've seen so far, apart from the Wizard Lord Phoenix. This thing is truly amazing. It's definitely one of the best hypersonic towers in the entire game, and it just gets so much stuff done. Like, I believe that's like 14 million pops. Whilst it may not be able to take out everything here, it is like one of the best support towers. It is absolutely amazing, and that is why the Boomerang is 4th on this list. At number 3, we have the Alchemist. Now, this is an interesting one. The Alchemist is literally, it's useless apart from one upgrade. So, I mean, Permabrew is nice because it's hypersonic. It can fire everything. I just sent out 999 again. Probably not a good idea. This thing is good against most stuff. But there is one upgrade, of course, that really excels. Now, this thing, you can see, is still doing a good amount of damage, but nothing like we're about to see. This thing, the Hypersonic Balloon Master Alchemist, turns every single balloon under the bad into a red balloon. I can send, okay, apart from DDTs, I can send out any number of balloons. They will be turned into red balloons. 999, let's send out 999 ZOMGs right here. Fortified ZOMGs, this thing, it's no match for this thing. It turns every single balloon into a red balloon. And that is why the Balloon Master Alchemist literally makes the Alchemist third on this list because you cannot overstate how good it is to turn everything into a red balloon. Not like that actually gets rid of so much lag. The only thing this can't do is pop bad balloons, and that is why it's only third on this list. If it could do stuff against bads, it would probably be second or first because it is so strong. And for second on this list, of course, we have the Spike Factory. The Hypersonic Spike Factory is one of the most amazing things in this game. Even just a base, like a 0-0 Spike Factory, can't take out that because yet again, I've made it a 999. Nice. Well done, Trippy. Okay, there we go. So even a 0-0 Spike Factory can do good damage against everything simply because it fires out so many spikes, but that is not why we're here. Firstly, this thing attacks insanely fast, and I mean that. It attacks so fast, and with something like Permaspike, where the spikes do tons of damage each, and like, oh my god, it just destroys everything. It also kind of looks like a furry caterpillar, which is pretty cool. But the most amazing thing about this is the super mines. The super mines, it's just the best, one of the best upgrades in this game. Oh my god. This upgrade literally by itself would make this tower second on this list. And it's only second to the first tower because, well, the first tower, you'll see why it's first. So if I send out a ton of fortified bads against one super mines, this thing will clean up against everything almost instantly, dude. As soon as they hit the mines, they're just gone. Dude, they are just gone, and it fires out hundreds of these mines every second. Nothing can get past this thing. Literally nothing. It is one of the best towers ever. I really love it, and yeah, that is why it's second on this list. And yes, it does have another one. There we go, Carpet of Spikes. This thing, I mean, it's Mob Shredder Spikes, but it's not nearly as good as the Super Mines. You definitely want to go for the Super Mines upgrade. And for our number one pick, if you haven't guessed this already, you're right, it is the Super Monkey. But not for the reason you would expect. Now, the Super Monkey is interesting, and it's interesting for a number of reasons. Firstly, it causes a ton of lag. So if we go for a regular temple right here, you can see it spawns an absolute ton of super powerful, tiny mini sun avatars. Now, these do a lot of damage, but they also cause a lot of lag, as you can see. So they're very good. This by itself can take out hundreds and thousands of bads, but it won't, because unfortunately, it causes too much lag. So let's just get rid of those annoying things. As you can see, it's completely ridiculous, but we can get a lot of other sacrifices for this thing. And it actually makes this thing very powerful. So let's just go for the Balloon Crush right there. Let's go for the Sun Avatar, and let's do the same thing again. And you'll see how good this thing really is. Unfortunately, like I said, we cannot get the upgrades that we want to with the magic, simply because it will just crash the game with too much lag. If I just sent a bunch of fortified bad balloons right here on round 100, these things will probably destroy it before it even gets to the temple. That is how good it is. Let's just give this camera detection right now. Yup, you saw the blades right there. You saw how powerful this is. 100 fortified bads literally stands no chance against this amazing hypersonic tower. It's too powerful. It's just too powerful. It's too good at what it does. Now, that is not the reason why the Super Monkey is first, however. There's one simple reason why the Super Monkey is first, and I'm going to show it to you guys very shortly. But yeah, you can see this thing is so powerful. It is ridiculous. But the reason why the Super Monkey is the top tower on this list, so the reason why the last tier for the Super Monkey when it's hypersonic is so good is basically because, well, let me get it over here. So basically what we can do, guys, is we can basically leak anything. So let me just send a bunch of DDTs and bars and stuff like that. Now, normally we would die to this instantly. However, with the Legend of the Night ability, or whatever you want to call it, what it does is it lets you leak stuff without actually leaking lives. You can see I have 9999 whatever lives right there, and you can see this activates and it stops the balloons from going through. But the thing is, this thing never ends. This thing just lasts forever, and we are never going to leak any lives. So basically, this thing can infinitely win any round. Like, I will never die with this ability activated, and that's basically the most broken thing I've ever heard of. And of course, let's go for a lovely Vengeful Temple for the end of this video. But yeah, as you can see clearly, this thing is just like the best upgrade in the game, because you can't lose with this. It's like a net that like catches every single balloon. And yep, there's nothing you can do against that. You're just going to win. Okay guys, so we have got a Vengeful Hypersonic Temple on round 500 to show you guys, and yeah, basically you're gonna see how like fast it attacks. It's completely ridiculous. Unfortunately, it is round 500, so of course we're not gonna be able to destroy everything. It's also insanely laggy. Never used this Hypersonic in a real game, but yeah, you can see it's ridiculously powerful. It shoots out Hypersonic blades, it spawns Hypersonic sub-avatars, it literally does everything. In fact, look at that. Can you see? That was actually around 500 bad. This Vengeful Hypersonic Temple just managed to defend against around 500 bad. That is just incredible. I didn't actually think it would manage to pop it. As you can see, it's insanely laggy, but yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I put more time into this one than I usually put into my videos, so yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe and like, and maybe I'll do a tier list for Hypersonic heroes if you guys want to see it, or do the top worst 10 Hypersonic towers. But yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.